Hello, Stephen White, Steve Arts 89. Okay, Game of Thrones. Um, Everyone's losing their shit over Game of Thrones. I saw some videos and saw that the Rotten Tomato score had gone down from like 90 down to like 30 or 40 or something. I thought, what the fuck is happening here? Um, I came to Game of Thrones late. My ex was going on about hearing about someone going on about it, and that it was fantasy and it was all done on this great special effects level and budget and really grand. And I thought, oh, okay, I should watch this. Fortunately, I bought the first 4 years on DVD and watched them because the first year bored the hell out of me. I was like, where are the dragons? Where are the dragons? I heard dragons. Where are the dragons? There was no dragons. Just some eggs. Um, so I stuck with it though, and I'm like, okay, it's getting better. It was less fantasy than I thought, and more just brutality, and rapey and horrible things. Um, but I stuck with it, and I was okay. But then I stopped at the fourth season. This was probably about 2 years ago. And then obviously I heard it kept going and it was doing well and everyone loved it. And I thought, oh, I'll buy them, I'll catch up. And I bought season 5 and 6, then 7 earlier in the year, and I was going to watch them. And then I realized it was the last year, and I saw people had started up, and people were just losing their minds and doing all these videos, and just really not happy. And I'm like, what the hell's happening? So I thought, fine. I marathoned through season 5, season 6, and season 7, and I started watching season 8 yesterday. I did all this last week, and I did started watching season 8 on Foxtel here in Australia. That's how we watch it. And I've watched season 1 to episode 1 to 4, and I've just got episode 5 to watch now. And then the final episode should air here in Australia sometime tomorrow morning. I think we get it. There's certain hours delay, so they have it 8:30 or something wherever they are, and we get it in I think 11 a.m. or something is what I heard to look for it. So I'm waiting, and I'm gonna once I watch this episode. I don't know when to watch all the criticism videos. I don't know if I should watch them before I watch the final, or just watch the final, then watch all the videos about it, and then do it. But I'm not sure. But yeah, I like the show. It's well written. It's very complicated. It's really well acted. Some of the performances are really great. God, Jon Snow's adorable. There's a lot of characters that not what you'd normally see on TV, and they're taking a lot of risks and a lot of all that, and all the things they're being praised for. I think they pretty much deserve. And I know the first 5 seasons were based on the books, and the sixth season had some chapters from the last two books, but there was a lot of new material. And season 7 and 8, or season 7, which was broken up, it was 13 episodes broken up into 7 and 6. Um, Basically, the writers, the guy who wrote the book didn't finish the book, and he gave them some outlines or the idea from the outlines of the books that he's working on. And some people are saying he'll never finish the books now because of the people's familiarity with the TV series and reaction to the TV series and praise of the TV series. And it's like he can't. It seems like he can't actually finish the books because he can't go back to those characters in some way because they've been sort of taken by like the mainstream, and they've sort of been reimagined on some small level by the TV crew, the TV production. So some people are saying he would never finish the books, but others saying he's just perfectionist. So I don't know what's going to happen there, but they maybe they just couldn't capture the magic that he had, because for the first 5 seasons they were just adapting the books, and they had the story, they had everything. All they had to do was just put it on the screen, whereas now they had to finish his story for him. So I can see how that's problematic, and I'm imagining a lot of people are not happy where it was going to go and feel that they didn't do it right and don't know what they're doing, and maybe would have reacted differently, or his finishing of the book series and the series have been adapted from that, or maybe they should have just taken a break. But who knows how long it would have taken for him to actually finish them, or if he ever will. So That's all interesting. And I'm gonna have to watch all those videos and work out what the complaints are. I didn't see any real issues. I was kind of shocked by a couple little things like how quickly the second dragon was killed, how out of the blue that was. Some of the battle thing issues, like in I think episode 3, where they had the final battle with the walkers and that. I was baffled by the fact that the dragons just sat back and let all the people just run into the dead, and then they brought them in and started burning up all the dead on the edges because of course they couldn't burn the ones that were fighting with their people because they were all mixed up. I'm like, why wouldn't you just send the dragons out, burn the shit out of them, light up the whole place so you can see where they are, and then have the people come in onto like a bunch of scorched, half dead walkers, or whatever they call them. I'm thinking of the Walking Dead. What do they call them? You know what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter. But so I was a bit surprised by that. And what was the other thing they did? I thought, oh, Jon Snow and the dragon mother, the mother of dragons, on the back of the dragons in the battle. Okay, I get them flying around for fun. Yeah, sure, why not? Hop on the dragon. The dragon's not going to kick you off or something. But in a battle where they're fighting and flying around, there's no way in hell. Why haven't at this point they made a freaking saddle for the dragons? Why are they just holding onto their freaking horns or whatever on the back? I'm just like that. Just send the dragons out, tell them what to do, and then sit back and watch from safety. There's no way they would have survived that battle. So there's a few things that I'm thinking, well, is this the kind of thing people are upset about? Because that did seem kind of stupid, like it was written. Yeah. So I'm guessing maybe it might just be small, nitpicky things like that, but it might be the overall direction because I know I don't know if in the books if Jon Snow was not a bastard and born to I forgot the name of the family, but yeah, you'll know. You'll know who what happened. Assuming you've seen it, and actually, I don't really want to spoil for you if you haven't. But that's another big reveal that changes everything. I'm like, was that something that was in the outline? That was something that they knew that was going to happen? That actually makes sense in that universe, or is it something they just randomly did to subvert expectations and get clicks and I don't know. So either way, I just want to do a video about the series. My experience seeing it, how I saw it, my thoughts on it, and all that before I read everyone else's opinion of what's wrong with season 8. Because so far, I kind of enjoyed it. I was a little disappointed that they made I can't remember the character's name. The actress Gwendolyn, the giant blonde female warrior. They made her have sex with a guy, and then he just ditched her afterwards, as they do. And she cried and begged him to stay, and he basically said, "I'm an asshole, you knew this," and walked off. And I thought, why did they have to turn her into a weak, weepy, cliched, crying woman? Even if they left her just a virgin who at some point would find a man and actually have a good relationship with them, I was fine for her to just go off and do that. But they had to do, I felt like they undermined her on some level. On some level, yes, they've made her a human being. She's a real woman. She is a real person. She's not this super warrior. But at the same time, it didn't work. So I realized I was really undecided about that. And I'm guessing if that's probably another thing that they did, that they just did on their own and wasn't something that people felt were in character. Because the usual criticisms in this sort of situation is that people don't pay off established story elements and character arcs and stuff. So I don't know, but I'm going to go watch the last episodes, watch all the other people's reviews, see what people think, or at least a few of them, and then come back and give my opinion of the ending of the series. But yep, I didn't do the whole weekly review thing, which I could have done with the last season or something, because I think they were getting a lot of views and stuff, but I wasn't passionate enough about it. I didn't want to do the research, and I also didn't want to do it an injustice. So that's all I'm going to say. But okay, thanks. If anyone else has anything they want to add to that, or any of their opinions about why fans are having such a bad reaction, please feel free to tell me. I love reading comments. We learn from comments. Thanks. Bye.